For so many entrepreneurs, accounting feels like this big, scary black box. It's something you know is super important, but it just seems impossible to crack open. Well, today, we're going to change that. We're going to find the key, unlock that box, and show you how simple it can all be. So let's just start with a really honest question just between you and me. Do you really know how your business is doing financially? And I'm not talking about a gut feeling or how busy you are. I mean the real hard numbers. If you're hesitating or thinking, not really, don't worry. That's a feeling that keeps a lot of founders staring at the ceiling at night. And there's a good reason for that. See, knowing your numbers isn't just some chore you hand off. First off, it's personal. I mean, how can you say you know your business if you don't know its numbers? Then it's your absolute key to getting funding. You can't walk into a bank and ask for a loan without them. That door just slams shut. And finally, it's about growth. You just can't grow a business if you're flying blind. Your numbers, they're your cockpit controls. Okay, I can almost hear you thinking, this is exactly what I was worried about. This sounds so complex. But here's the thing, and this is the good news. It's not. This isn't about you becoming a certified accountant overnight. It's really just about understanding a simple, logical flow. That's really the big secret here. Accounting isn't some ancient, mysterious set of roles. It's just a process. It's the story of how money moves through your business. That's all it is. And that whole story, that whole flow, breaks down into just 4 simple steps. Step 1, money comes in and money goes out. You make sales, you have expenses. Step 2, you record it, you write it down somewhere. Step 3, you organize all that info into a few simple reports. And step 4, you use those reports to make smarter decisions. That's it. Seriously, that is the entire game right there. So let's get practical. I want you to actually think about your own business right now. First up, sales. How do you actually make a sale? And just as important, how does it get recorded? Who types it in? Where does it go? The little details are everything. Now let's flip that coin. What about your expenses? I mean, all of them. The big monthly bills, the little coffee runs, everything. How are you tracking all that? Is it a fancy app, a simple spreadsheet, or, is it a shoebox full of receipts? Be honest. And here's why that matters. Here's the crucial question. If you have solid answers for what's coming in and what's going out, can you confidently, right now, tell me what your profit is? This is the foundation for absolutely everything else we're going to talk about. Okay, let's dive into the first of the big reports. And for any entrepreneur, this is the big one. It's the cash flow statement, and it's designed to answer the single most critical question you will ever face. Do I have cash? There's a reason you hear this saying all the time, right? Cash is king. It's because it's the absolute truth. Cash is the lifeblood of your business. You could have the greatest product in the world, but if you run out of cash to pay your bills, you're basically dead in the water. Now, this is maybe the biggest point of confusion for new business owners, so let's clear it up. Cash flow versus income. They are not the same thing. Cash flow is reality. It is the real money, the actual dollars, moving in and out of your bank account. It gets recorded the moment it happens. On the other side, you have the income statement. That's more like the on-paper world. A sale is recorded when you make it, even if the client hasn't paid you yet. A loan payment on your cash flow is the whole payment. On the income statement, it's only the interest part. Understanding this difference is absolutely vital. Okay, let's look at a really simple example here. In a given month, let's say $320 of actual cash came into your bank account. This could be from sales, a loan, whatever. And during that same month, $61 of actual cash went out to pay for things. So what does that leave you with? It leaves you with this number, $259. This is your ending cash. This is the number that tells you straight up if you can pay your rent and keep the lights on next month. It is real, it is tangible, and it is critical. So we know if we have cash, which is great, but that doesn't answer a different but just as important question. Am I actually making money? And for that, we need to look at the profit picture. We need the income statement. The income statement is pretty much what it sounds like. It's a snapshot of a specific time period, usually a month. And the math is simple. You take all your revenues, you subtract all your expenses, and the number at the bottom tells you if you operated at a profit or a loss. So let's use that same exact month from our cash flow example. On paper, you had revenues of $100, but when you add up all your expenses for that month, salaries, rent, all of it, they actually totaled $106. Well, that leaves you with a net income of -$6, a loss. And this, right here, is where all clicks into place. Remember, the business had $259 of cash in the bank. They're cash positive. But when we look at the income statement, we see they actually lost $6 this month. This shows you exactly how you can have cash, maybe from a big loan you took out, but still be unprofitable. This is why you need both. All right, on to our third and final report, the balance sheet. So if cash flow is your lifeblood and the income statement shows your profitability, the balance sheet is like a snapshot. It answers that huge question, what is my business actually worth at this single moment in time? And it's built from three main parts. First, you have assets. That's the stuff your business owns that has value. Cash, your computers, inventory. Then you have liabilities. That's what your business owes to other people, like loans. And finally, there's owner's equity. That's simply the difference between the two. It's what's left over for you, the owner. And there's a reason it's called a balance sheet, because it always has to balance. The two sides have to be equal. So what you own, your assets, must equal what you owe plus your value. So if you have assets worth $413, that's made up of the $315 you owe to others and the $98 that's actually your stake in the company. So what does that actually mean? It's not just some math problem. It tells a really important story. It tells you how you paid for all your stuff. Every asset your company owns was financed in one of two ways. You either borrowed money to get it, that's a liability, or you used your own money, that's your equity. So let's bring it all home. The best way to think about these three reports is as your financial dashboard. Each one is a critical gauge. Your cash flow tells you if you have gas in the tank. Your income statement tells you if you're actually moving forward and winning the race. And the balance sheet tells you the overall value and condition of the car itself. You need all three to drive properly. And look, the whole point of this isn't to try and turn you into an accountant. Not at all. It's about empowering you. It's about making you a smarter, more confident business owner who is truly in the driver's seat. Because in the end, that's exactly what your numbers are doing. Every single day, they are telling you a story about your business. The only question is, are you ready to listen?